courtesy knows it was murder. I tell you, murder she wrote, leaving out a single witness, just a courtesy note. I'm out for presidents to represent. Sick. I'm out for presidents to represent with. Damn, B. You killed today, B. Oh, they mad now. Cause you just murdered.
Yeah. That's the wire out of Lansing, Michigan. Murder She Wrote. You did. Got nerve damage back on the line. But I also want to let David Johnson know that he's the winner for the best video for the speaker. You got to contact Nelly Nell to claim it. You either can contact him on Facebook or you can hit him at the line at 517-812-9454. And that's David Johnson. You the winner of the best video. You did. You got that speaker, man. Contact Nelly Nell at 517-812-9454. But in the meantime, I got Nerve Damage on the phone. Alpha Wolf Records CEO, artist. You did. What's going on?
What's poppin', bro? What's poppin'?
Man, you know we got to keep it moving, keep it pushing, man. And got some questions for you, man. And tell me what you think about music in Michigan.
I think music in Michigan, so far what I'm seeing lately is, I mean, honestly, a bunch of carbon copies, you know what I'm saying? What they're doing is they're copying the styles of anybody that they think is hot, anybody that they think is on, and they copy it in their style and thinking that's going to, get them on and get them heard. And in actuality, what it does, it makes people skip over you because they're like, I already heard that.
Right. So basically what you're saying is originality is better than trying to do what somebody else is doing.
I mean, originality is always better because you're being yourself. And the thing about it, what a lot of artists don't understand is there is a lane for your music with you being yourself. This is how the guys that are being copied got their fan base. They was being themselves. And, those particular people like that style and what he or she is talking about. And that's how they became what they are, by being themselves, by being original. I've yet to see one person that got on by copying somebody else's style.
Right. So
it just don't happen.
So what kind of advice can you give to artists that's coming up? These indie artists, man, these unsigned artists that's trying. I'm talking about the artists that's really out here putting in that work. What kind of advice can you give them?
First of all, paperwork. Have your business in order. If you make a song and you just throw it out there on SoundCloud or Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and you don't have your paperwork in order, see what a lot of artists don't understand is when you're dealing with sound scan and sound exchange and things of that nature, your music gets hits from these sites. Money is made from your music, but you don't know how to claim it because you don't have your paperwork together. So all that money gets banked to the side.
Right. So
if you have your paperwork.
I don't mean to cut you off or anything, but you speaking paperwork. Can you get in more into detail for people that don't understand what you mean by paperwork? Because a lot of people think BMI and ASCAP is, that's all they really need, but it's not.
I mean, that's a start. That's one of the most important elements is having your ASCAP or BMI, or get your publishing. Register your music with either Sound Exchange or Sound Scan.
Right. And can you explain
have to do that?
And please explain to them why you say that.
Because Sound Exchange and Sound Scan does the same thing. They are engines that are created to track your music and make sure you get paid for it in conjunction with your ASCAP or your BMI. So you must have one of those two to get all your money. See, they track your music. If your music is getting played in the elevator in Australia, Sound Exchange and Sound Scan tracks it and how many times it played in that elevator, and they make sure you get paid for it.
So they basically they collecting them royalties.
Right. See, ASCAP and BMI they primarily track like plays that you get from like the normal avenues or whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
And it helps to protect your song from getting uploaded by somebody else into ASCAP or BMI with the same title and song in a whole nine. It protects you from that. But you need that extra protection. That's where Sound Exchange and SoundScan comes in at.
Right.
Now, SoundScan, yes, you do have to pay for it. Sound Exchange, you don't.
But both is needed, so you might as well go ahead and pay the little change, you know what I'm saying, and make sure you all the way covered.
Exactly. But see, that's the thing with a lot of artists nowadays. They don't believe in investing in themselves. They want somebody else to invest in them. And I'm like this, why should me or anybody else that's making moves out here invest in you if you're not willing to invest into yourself?
Correct. And that's 100. So let me ask you something, man. What's the music scene in Detroit?
I mean, the music scene in Detroit right now, I think for the most part, it's getting a whole lot better, you know, because you got guys like Big Gov, JP1, Nep Jennings, of course us, Alpha Wolf Records, that are actually putting out like real music. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that run-of-the-mill copycat bullshit.
Right.
We're actually putting out real fucking music, and real music trumps bullshit all day because the bullshit fades out. That's a fad.
Real fast.
When you put out real music, it's timeless. You can't put a stamp on it.
At all. So, as us knowing that you are a CEO, artist, man, tell us why you took a venture into being a promoter, bringing artists here, putting artists on this stage. And I'm talking like indie artists, because I was one of those indie artists that you put on numerous stages with artists from the industry, man. So can you let us know why you took that venture to become, you know, do the promoter thing with bringing artists here to give other artists, as in independent artists, a chance to get on stage with the industry artists?
I mean, that goes back to what I was saying earlier about giving the underdog a chance. I watch time and time again where promoters there bring A-list celebrities here, and then they'll charge, you know, $5, $10, $15, $20,000 for an opening set for them for like 7 to 15 minutes. And realistically, the average artist can't afford that. So what I was doing is I would throw on concerts and shows with A-list celebrities and things of that nature, and I would charge the artist something reasonable, something that's reachable. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
$250, $300 to open up for Rich Homie Quan, which when we were doing a Rich Homie Quan concert back on New Year's Eve, which we had to cancel because we had some issues with the city of Dearborn on it. I was only charging artists $350 to get on that show. Rich Homie Quan is an A-list artist. That's something that's achievable.
Exactly.
So if you really serious about your craft, you can come up with $350 for a 10-minute set on a Rich Homie Quan show.
See, the thing is, nowadays, I see as an artist, man, I just be feeling like artists is like kind of like skeptical about spending their money on shows because they don't know how many people are going to show up. But me personally, I just believe that an artist should take that chance, because you got to take chances in life. So if you want to do this music, you got to take chances on your career, correct?
Yeah. And see, that's the thing about it. See, what artists got to understand, it doesn't matter how many people shows up. It's all about you putting on a great show for the people that did show up. Because word of mouth is a bad motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying?
Travels.
Okay, say for instance, like you, for instance, right? If you go to a show and say for instance it was only 65 people there, right?
Right.
And you seen this act, and they did their motherfucking thing, and you like, damn, I like them. And you bought a CD from them, and you riding around Jackson and you bumping it, and you at the light, which I had this happen to me a lot too. Somebody would pull up next to me at the light and be like, hey, big homie, who was that? And I'll tell them who it is. And then they be like, all right, bet. a lot of times those people will go search for your music.
Right.
So you just gained 2 fans. Now, if this happens 5 to 6 times a day, and I've shared your music and your information because I saw you perform in front of 50 people 5 to 6 times a day, people asking me about this, you're spreading. Because those people that like your music are going to bump it too. And they're around people that's going to like it. Exactly. And then they're going to bump it. And so on, so forth. So artists shouldn't focus on that. What they should focus on is their craft. And when they hit that stage, putting on the best performance ever.
Right. Stage performance is important.
Man, that's the most important thing, because it's one thing to listen to a person on an album and say, okay, that's a dog-ass song. And then you go to that person's performance and it's shitty. You kind of stop respecting their craft as much as you did before.
Right. Right.
That's very important.
So what we gonna do, nerd? We got a track, man. Get That Dough. Tell us a little bit about Get That Dough.
All right, Get That Dough is me featuring Jay Nutty from Rock Bottom. You know, me and Jay Nutty got together, did the track, and I mean, it came out beautiful. You know what I'm saying? We went bar for bar on it, and man, I love the track. I love it. It's to me, it's the epitome of Detroit.
Hey, so who makes the beats for you, nerd?
Playin Laces. That's the only producer that I deal with now, which is also the COO of the label.
Okay.
He, as far as I'm concerned, pound for pound, beat for beat, track for track, he's the best producer in Detroit.
Do he sell beats?
Yes, sir.
Is there a location where artists can find him at on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever?
Edward L. Davis on Facebook. Playin Laces on SoundCloud. It's Playin Laces on Twitter. Playin Laces on Instagram. I mean, shit. Actually, all you gotta do is put out a bat signal, and he gonna show up. You feel me?
You dig. I dig that. Well, check this, Nerve. We gonna get off into that Get That Dough, man, featuring Jay Nutty from Rock Bottom. Yo, we be right back with you here shortly. This your man's Boosh Bub. You rocking with Blazed Out Radio. Let's go.
You're locked in to the hottest station on the planet.
Yeah. I ain't mad at you, boy. Get that dough. I went from old school whips and duties to Porsche Panameras. Outside China white, inside Mooney. All black hair, take some color as the Toonie. Buck 50 switching lanes, blowing on the Lucy. Diamonds 3 shades, blue like igloo pussy. My bitch get mad cause her friends wanna do me. And they gon' stick it to me, I get caught with all this work. So when it come to life, I'ma live for what it's worth. Cause every single day, niggas out here getting murked. Fake niggas next to terror niggas getting chirped. I'm paranoid as hell, man, I won't even perk. When my battle's full of kush and my cup is full of perk. And I can't tell you niggas what's really, really worse. Life in the fast lane, a life with no perks. Life in the fast lane, a life with no perks. I think life with no purse, nigga. Get your money, nigga. Get your money, nigga. Get your money, nigga. Get your money, nigga. Get that dough. Get that dough. My nigga, get your dough. My niggas working, and we tryna get rich as a bitch. Fans watching like, look at the flick of his wrist. Got a Hugo on my arm, right by the tip of my wrist. Got a noodle on my arm, took me a broke nigga bitch. Miami hood, always got that dead body stitch. Whole hood high heads, everybody get body shit. Niggas get knocked, go to the fans and they ain't gotta snitch. Heard about a hot rapper that's fresh out, I'm probably it. Fuck the probably shit, let's not make it complicated. Niggas think they hold a crown, I will come and confiscate it. That's another story, no nuts, no glory. I know I'm facing 15, still clutching a 40. I got some niggas who sip lean, some clutching a 40. And if I tell them paint your ass, they gon' touch you up for me. Lawyers watching lawyers so I won't go broke. And got them shooters watching shooters so I won't get smoked. Bitch, get your money, nigga.